and it goes on till that's SSE for WAEC, and immediately NEPO starts in July. Immediately NAPEP follows. This same set of students are the ones taking all these examinations. So once you miss your time, it will be difficult. Someone say, why don't you do it in July, August? I think they will have known that there is problem. Maybe they are oblivious of what happens. If you do that, what of MDA? What of Police Academy? What of Air Force Center that are regimented? And they will continue with their admission. So I deprive these people of admission because they do not have UTM. So we are conscious of our responsibility to this nation. When this happens, my first reaction is to resign and just say, but I thought people advised me that, look, the students will never forgive you because you will have abandoned at a time and everybody will say, oh, I will have been this. Even somebody that is not built to be anything will think I have contributed to his not being what he is. So I took up the responsibility. It was not easy at all to be able to brave such things and say, look, I will sit there and make sure. We were doing that because at that time, the only space that we had was the space that WAEC had agric science practical on Friday. And we felt that we can move in and then be able to get, we can't get that type of space until 2 months, and we will have permanently deprived these students of their chance in life. So we knew that if we continue to mourn and groan over what had happened and we allow that space to escape, we may not. And I thank the students, just like people said, because you have about 95% attendance of all the of us. Is a very reasonable attendance. And we had also taken decision immediately that all those who miss that examination for whatever reason, the 5.something% that or 6% that miss the examination, we will during mop-up. You know, we normally do annual mop-up throughout the country for those for one reason or the other. So we will package them with the mop-up. And it is for that reason we have also decided that even those who missed the earlier initial exam, who are absent, we will extend this opportunity to them to also receive. It is not that we are doing something that is not. In the university, you have make-up examination when students are sick and they have one reason or the other. It's only we don't allow the abuse of it. So we will allow all the candidates who had one reason or the other not to be present in this and the previous main exam. We will allow that, and that will be done. Secondly, I must thank WAEC sincerely, Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, NEPO, ABU, and others who rallied around to make it possible. You know, like I said, WAEC has had agric science. We quickly had to move in, see how we can reschedule in a way that's what minimized the issue of clash, because we had to work together immediately throughout the night. The HNO of WAEC was with me, and that is very, very important. The same thing with Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. You know, they had their professional exam in the East. It was postponed. ABU had the distance learning examination. All of them, as you call on them, they were even there before me to say, look, we are ready. There was Beche for NECO. During that weekend, all these were put off. When we are doing that, those who don't know what it entails, they keep on pontificating. Why will you know? Why hasty reschedule. They are using all types of language that they are not, they don't even know the meaning of some of the languages they are using. We immediately also established counseling and emergency call center, where we were attending to the candidates for their problems, and we are solving them. What do you have, and so on, granting them counseling services throughout the period. I want to thank all of you who are, particularly the Honorable Minister for Education, because it was his idea. He was the one who told me on that morning that counseling is very important, because we were at that point even confused. We were relying only on our ticketing, and he said, oh, ticketing is not enough. And fortunately, just 2 years ago, we procured the equipment for tests to voice to text that we have before. Those of you who are here last week will see the type of very, very dynamic system we have as service center. We just acquired that, not even knowing that this type of thing will happen. So we thank all these agencies, not to talk of people from all over the world, calling us, advising us, asking us, oh, why did you open your system to people? People can take undue advantage. At that time, our colleagues from all over the world did not know our peculiarities. They felt I was too open. They felt I was disclosing so many things, that there are certain things we need to educate our people. Look at this book, Manual of Critical Assessment Competencies for Tertiary Education Lectures in Nigeria. If you go to our website, you'll find it there. We paid all the authors, led by Professor Nwogu. Professor Nwogu, Boniface Nwogu, is the best psychometric. There is no dispute about it in Africa today. He's presently, I think, a commissioner in Imo State. He's our chief consultant for psychometrics here. We wrote this. Why did we write this book? And paid off all the authors. Because there is ignorance about what we do in education. People who are supposed to not to even be serving tea where education is being discussed. You see them on television pontificating about things they know little about. They know little about, and spreading ignorance. Many do not know the difference between achievement tests and selection tests, placement tests. They will just be talking about things at times. Some will even be saying, oh, it's such in America, this one. They don't know the difference, they don't know. They will model the whole thing, or some will even say, extend the, have you ever heard of any placement test that is being extended anywhere in the world? But there are achievement tests that can be curtailed. That's the type of SAT, where you have syllabus, you have everything like that. We decided to publish this as part of education. When people were talking about the highest scorer, the lowest scorer, and so on, we decided to sponsor this book and place it, paid all the authors of, and place it on our website, that anybody could go there, download, study, know what we are doing, know the type of test method, the type of reporting. Look at Nigeria. Last year, people were talking about poor performance, and I didn't know what to say, because that was not the poor. In fact, it was the best in recent years. But because we changed the manner of reporting, you know, we do this type that you did this year, 20 to 200 to, this was the mundane one. But the one we have been doing before was the one that will not be glaring, because that is not the purpose. The purpose of our examination is placement. It is not an achievement test. It is a quiz given to qualified candidates. It's not UTME that qualified students into university education. If a student does not score even 100 over 400, and is not able to get a place and therefore deprived of education, the boy is not a failure, it's the parents who are the failure. Because if they had money, whether stolen or anything, they can send him to Ghana here. And because he needed just 5 credits. We are signatory to Arusha Convention, which our leaders call Addis Ababa Convention now, that stipulate what is the entry qualification across the world. And it is 5 SSC. Those who conduct anything outside it still make 5 SSC the basic qualification. And I give people an example. You have 10 children and you want to travel to Lagos and your car can only take 4. And you tell your children, I don't want to use age. I don't want to use state to determine you. I don't want to use who is your mother. I will give you a test. Anybody who passed that test, the first to pass the test will go with me. And everybody say yes. Say, who is the president of so country? Write it down. The first to write it down. The first to write it down, then happen. One may score 9. One may score 3. One may score 2. Because it's a placement one. What is important in a placement examination is the ranking, not the score. Number 1 should not be number 2 and vice versa. It's the ranking that is important. So, but in Nigeria now, because people always, and they talk of highest scorer, the person who had the highest scorer, we had an example in Ilorin. About 3-4 years ago, Ilorin were not taking anybody for medicine who scored less than 250 in UTME. And this boy, I think a boy, yes, again, this girl scored 240. So UTME, Unilorin said, no, you are off, you are out of the consideration. And the girls changed to physiology in order to be able to do their post-UTME. At the end of the post-UTME, and you know they will add school SAT, post-UTME, with UTME. You know our UTME is just 50%. The others that they will add, this lady topped the class. That is the total accumulation. Then she became the first, even in medicine. So they say you cannot read, and the guy protested to us that look, in the exam conducted by JAMB, I wasn't the best. But when you now have the accumulation, I'm the best. There is nobody in medicine that is more qualified than me. I will call the university. So look. This girl has called our attention to a lacuna in our system. Cumulatively, she's the best. She was the best, and therefore she should be taken. That was what changed the parameter of cutting people off, because somebody can score 200. By the time you had the school SAT and the post-UTME, it might be on top. So when people start celebrating somebody that is the highest scorer for UTME, we don't indulge in that. When you say send this to us, send this, that, except those who want to give scholarship, that you don't want to deprive candidates. We will just consult with the candidates. If they are willing, we send their names. So I've said this to just say that, please, particularly gentlemen of the press, educate the people and let those who know little about education. Education is a profession. Let them stop talking about things they know little about, because it's very offensive that somebody that ought not to be a primary school teacher pontificating and grandstanding and telling somebody who had undergone the system what to do. It's just like what we truck puller, or what do they call those truck pusher, directing a pilot on how to fly. I don't know. But unfortunately, that's where we find ourselves. I want to thank you once again and say that we will continue with the meeting, and later we will call at the appropriate time. We will make the decision. Thank you, gentlemen.